How you doing? I'm Chubbs, medicalmarijuanabootcamp.com.
I'm Tang.
Today we're going over pretty much the proper way to review not just medical marijuana, but marijuana in general. Being the owner of marijuanareviews.com, I reviewed hundreds and hundreds of strains and have kind of refined my technique. But at the end of the day, there's really only 3 or 4 really important criteria when it comes to the herb.
Right.
I'd say first is looks. You know, when you take a bud out, once you open that up, it really doesn't matter what the strain is. You know, when you're looking just overall looks.
Some cotton candy right here.
What do you look for?
I mean, I'm looking for color and density, and the color of the hairs too, and how the hairs look. What are you looking for?
Pretty much, if looking at the same bud, I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking at the hairs to see that they're not all busted off. I'm looking to see a good layer of frost. I like to see trichomes, and this is just naked eye look. You know, we're not breaking out a microscope or anything crazy like that.
Right.
I like it to be nice and dense. I like to be uniform as far as the color goes.
Right.
I don't like to see any mold. I don't like to see any spider mite webs or anything crazy like that.
Right.
And I just like the bud to look well manicured. I'd say second would be after looks. If it looks good, you want to smell it.
Yeah.
You know, and back in the day there was one smell. There was skunk.
Yeah.
There was skunk, and there was everything else.
Yep.
Nowadays there's so many different
fruits and
exactly strain-specific smells. Diesel. It's hard to say this is what a good bud should smell like.
Right. Right.
You know, it's impossible.
Right.
It's impossible to say this is what good bud should smell like. But each strain, you can do a little bit of research online. It's not hard to find out what each individual strain should smell like, and then just kind of base it on that. It looks good. Kind of a crazy smell.
Yeah. It sounds a little poopy or a little manure in there.
Yeah. I got a little fuel.
Yeah.
Looks good. So it looks good. After you look at it, you smell it. Next thing you're going to want to do is taste it.
Yep.
A few different ways you can taste it. You can roll a joint. We just roll up a joint with these clear papers. I'm not a big fan of joints, only because my tolerance is pretty high. Joints, just watching all that smoke burn off at the tip of the joint, that's
tough for you.
It's a lot of smoke that should be in my lungs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they just don't hit me the way a bong does. But they do, as far as flavor goes, you're not going to get pretty much, unless you're using a vaporizer, you're not going to get a better taste, a better way to taste the bud. In my opinion, you're not going to get a better way to taste the bud than a joint or a perfectly clean bong. And that's kind of what I tend to use most is my bong. Look, smell, taste, buzz.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the top 4 right there. If you know your strains and well, first of all, if you know how to get yourself high, you know whether or not it's good. Don't let someone tell you that just because something is a certain strain that it's necessarily good.
That's true.
Or if you don't like something, don't let someone tell you that it's good. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's a lot of times people try and sell you on something that you don't like just because it should be good.
Right. Right.
Looks, smell, taste, and buzz. Other than that, price kind of factors in. But let's say you're growing it yourself and price isn't an issue.
Right.
Looks, smell, taste, and buzz. I'd say those are the 4. In my opinion, those are the 4 most important.
Well, speaking of that,
hold on. Let's cut the tips off. Let's cut the tips. I'm real curious to see how this is gonna light. This is how I would just. You know what? I rolled this. Let me light this. It's the first time I've ever used these clears. I'm just gonna light it like I would light a regular joint. It's sizzling. I don't know if you heard that, but it sizzled. That's not normal. It's not the bud. Bless you.
It's kind of weird to see that plastic.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that it's all natural. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on some of this. Yeah, it's just
nasty, dude.
Yeah, clear papers. The Smoke Clear, the original Smoke Clear, slow burning, extra slim, gum free, single wide mini.
Thank God it's me.
100% natural.
I don't know how plastic can be natural.
Yeah. No. A fail in my opinion. Sorry guys. Just not feeling it. I'll stick with these things. Chubbs, medicalmarijuanabootcamp.com.
I'm Teddy.
Till next time.
Thanks.